Hi, everybody. I'm Liz. I'm the editor-in-chief of Blush.com, and we have a really exciting hangout today. Right now, I'm here with our creative director, Marissa Harrington.
Hello.
And Tarina Tarantino, and Lydia
Hi.
Hearst. If you guys all didn't know, Tarina Tarantino is the woman behind a really amazing jewelry line that probably everybody is familiar with. But maybe what you didn't know is that in her youth, she was actually a model in Europe, and she came back to the States to switch careers, became a makeup artist, and then she decided to turn her hobby for making jewelry into a business. And after she did that, just recently, she started her own makeup line. And as you'd expect, the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. But not only that, the products are phenomenal too. So we're really excited to have Tarina here today. And we're also excited to let you know that we're going to be announcing the winners of our Facebook giveaway. So we're going to be answering 3 questions from 3 lucky winners. And each of those girls is going to win a Sparklicity Pure in gold. So yay. I also have I also have Lydia Hearst, and I'm sure you all know who Lydia is. She's been on multiple international Vogue covers. She's been in Elle, she's been in GQ. She is also an actress, and she's just launched her own website. It's called lovelydyahearst.com. Okay. So the first topic of discussion today, because it's something that's so near and dear to Tarina, is the topic of sparkle makeup. And first, Tarina is going to talk about her Sparklicity product.
Yes, you could say sparkle is a big part of my life, and in fact, my first book just came out, and it's called The Sparkle Factory, because everything that I design and create comes out of my world right here in downtown LA at the Sparkle Factory. And so this particular product that I developed for my beauty line is called Sparklicity, and it comes in different formulas. There's a pure that comes in a little pot, but then it also comes in a shimmer dust and a lip gloss. This formula is unique because it is a very micronized shimmer, and the reason that I created it was because I was always looking for a sparkle product that had a smaller particle that would go on the skin really smoothly, that would be long wearing, which is important when you're talking about shimmer and glitter products, and that would not look like it's for a 10-year-old at a birthday party. So it's, all of those things went into the development, and it was a lot of trial and error, but what we ended up with was the perfect formula of micronized shimmer, and it's in the sparkle that you get from it, which is really hard, unfortunately, to see through the camera on the computer, but the sparkle you get is like tiny, tiny gemstones. And the other thing I love about Sparklicity is that it is a product that is for all skin types, all skin tones, and all ages. And I think there's this misconception that, sparkle and shimmer is only for girls, younger girls, girls of a certain age. It's for everyone. It all depends on how you use it and how you wear it.
Okay, awesome. Lydia, what is your favorite way to wear Sparklicity?
I have a couple different ways of wearing it. One of my biggest and most favorite pieces actually is part of the Sparklicity, but I tend to wear the bronze one because I do have such a naturally pale complexion that whenever I go out to do an interview, actually I'm wearing this right now, I don't know if this computer camera picks it up, but because of my naturally pale complexion, it adds that little extra glow, and you can wear it head to toe all over your body, and it sort of accents the muscles, and it can give you that little sort of perfect tweak of a more defined look when it's on your legs or even on your collarbone, and especially in the cheeks. It just adds that little touch of definition, and it makes you look fresher, brighter, healthier, and it's summer. It's sort of the perfect time, but I'm a summer girl year-round at heart, so even though I don't actually go in the sun, so this is my little secret to always having a glowing complexion.
That's great. You guys, a beauty secret from Lydia Hearst is something that everybody needs. Obviously, take a look at her. So, Marissa, I want to give the floor to Marissa right now. She's our creative director here. Obviously, we work together. Marissa can rock sparkle makeup like nobody I've ever seen. So, spill your tips, girl.
Okay, so one of my favorite tips, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
One of my favorite tips is I adore the eyeliners from Sparklicity, and one of my favorites is the Cute Robot. It's one of my favorite eyeliners. I've been using that for just to bring into the office and like put on my waterline, and then on top of that, I add some of the duo eyeshadows. One of my favorites is the Amber Electron, and it's perfect because it's subtle, but it's not overpowering. And then to pop it for night, I just go back in there and do a smoky eye with the eyeliner.
Okay, awesome.
And then just want to do a quick shout out and a question to Renee P., who's our first winner. She has a question of how can Sparklicity be made casual for daytime?
I love this question because I think there's also the misconception that sparkle means it's only for going out at night or special occasions. And in my world, every day is a special occasion. And I think that a little shimmer on your daytime look just brings light to your face, gives you a quick wake up. My favorite way to use it is to actually, I love during the day, I love to see skin. So I like to use just maybe start with my Pearl Glow Primer all over the face. You can even use it on your eyelids, and so it gives you a little light veil of a primer on your eyelids. And then just to use the Sparklicity Pure and your fingertip. I love applying this product with my fingertip because it's going to minimize fallout, and it's going to put it exactly where you want it, and it will stick right into your skin, right on your eyelid. So I just pat it right across, and then I might use a brush to blend it in, but I love this look for daytime because this, just a little shimmer on your lid, some mascara, a quick little bit of blush, and a light lip gloss is such a beautiful day look. And so, you know, you have a fresh look, a little bit of shimmer. Don't be afraid to use sparkle in the daytime because you're going to see what happens. People are going to notice it. They're going to say, oh my gosh, your eyes look so bright and you look so awake. This is, you know, this is what using shimmer does in your daytime makeup.
Great. And what about sparkle on the body? I know that you have a couple of other products. I know that you have that body shimmer. Tell us about that.
Well, my Sparklicity Shimmer Dust, which comes in this really beautiful vanity-ready bottle, is dispensed with a poof. So this product was designed, you may not even be able to see it from there, but to be used on, you can use it on your face, in your hair, over your entire body. I love what Lydia was saying earlier. Colors like bronze and gold, great for using on arms and legs. Instead of, you know, going into the sun. We have this in common. I stopped going into direct sunlight when I was in my 20s, and I, you know, think that that is now with all the products that we have for bronzing. You don't really need to be laying in the sun and baking yourself. So using shimmer on your body is going to make your body look better and prettier, and it just gives you this nice glow. And this is the same formula. It's like tiny, tiny gemstones on the skin, and it's and it can, again, it can be also be used in the hair. You can get really creative with it. This is an all-over body product. So it's and it comes in 4 colors, which are gold, bronze, pure, and wait a minute. Gold, bronze, and pure. That's right, 3 colors. Sorry, and it's and it can be used, you know, like I said, anywhere on the body. No, and a quick tip: I like to use a body cream first because then it will help the product stick to the skin for a longer amount of time.
Okay, that's so great. And going back to what Lydia said and what you said about you don't go in the sun anymore, Lydia said she's naturally pale. I can relate to both of those sentiments. I am the biggest proponent of staying out of the sun and using a high SPF whenever possible. I'm very pale as well, so I absolutely love anything like this. So now I have another question coming in from one of our Facebook fans, who is also a winner of the Sparklicity product, Samantha B. Congratulations. And this question is going to Lydia and to Tarina. You know, both of you ladies have been in front of the camera a lot. And Tarina, obviously, you have your makeup line. You were a makeup artist. Can you give us some quick tips on creating a perfect smoky eye?
Well, I I like a quick smoky eye. So, you know, we always talk about this day to night makeup, and you know, there are many times where you get off work, you're going to go out to dinner, you want to, you know, make your makeup a little more dramatic, add to it, but you don't want to spend a lot of time. And I think with a smoky eye, what happens is there can be a challenge, because it's, you know, when you get into using your eyeshadow, when you're using those deeper colors, the fallout that can happen, you know, you have to take your time when you're creating a smoky eye with eyeshadow. So what I like to do is I like to use eyeliner, and my hyperliners, my eyeliners, are formulated in a way that they are they're softer. So you can quickly smudge some over your eyelid, smudge it around a little underneath, and then if you want to, you can add a little bit of shimmer on top with the Sparklicity Pure, and then you've got a quick smoky eye and you're ready to go.
Great, and pretty much.
Oh, and I was going to say, and some of the things that I do, I actually like to mix both powder and liner and use a couple different products at once. You know, because I'm so pale, I tend to stay away from the typical blacks and grays if I'm doing my makeup myself, and I like to wear it from day into night. So I actually have one product, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, it's a waterproof highlighted hyperliner, and it's green. I have green eyes, so I usually put that on the inside upper lid, and it brings out the color even more inside my eyes. And then on the outside, I use more of a dark brown of the same one, and I put that on the outside. I use my fingers to smudge that, and then underneath, I mix a couple of the eyeshadow dual palettes together in order to bring out the eye. And again, you know, I have very dewy skin naturally, so I'm always afraid that something could smudge and you're, you know, God forbid you get the raccoon eyes. So I'm a big fan, personally, for putting powder under the eyes, using the waterproof eyeliners on top, mixing the colors, and just sort of getting the bigger, more doll-like eyes and bringing out the natural colors.
Okay, those are great tips. And I actually have one more question for you from our fan Kiva K, Lydia, and that is, what is the big beauty trend for fall? I know that there's a couple of them, but maybe do you have a favorite?
My favorite one is actually utilizing makeup and products in ways that you normally wouldn't expect to. You know, earlier I was speaking with Tarina about some ways that I do use some of my favorite products by her, which is, I don't know if you can tell what I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's a new color. It's Queen Alice. And I don't actually just use this on my lips. I have it on my eyelids. I have it on my cheeks as well as my lips. And I think, you know, one of the big trends is, you know, using products in the not so obvious ways in your normal everyday beauty routine, where taking something as simple as a lipstick, you can use it as a cream blush, and you can use it as a tinted lip balm, a cream eyeshadow, or even an eyeshadow primer. And often, you know, when I'm going out, it's, you know, you just sort of rub it on and then pat it in, use your fingers, and you can do the same thing on the cheeks. And then to get that little extra sparkle, I tend to actually then bring in the lip gloss. And it's got a little hint of color, and it's got that little bit of sparkle. You lightly dab it, and you put that on the cheeks, right in the center of your lips. And then, probably because my hands are so gooey, I use a brush when I go back to my eyes, and I use a little sparkle bronze, and I use that just on the top of the lid. And it's perfect. It lasts day and night. You look naturally glowing and gorgeous. And I think one of the biggest trends is being done in the not so overdone way.
Yep, we all want to know how to do that. Okay, great. Well, Tarina, Marissa, Lydia, thank you so much for joining us today. Once again, I just want to congratulate the winners of our Facebook giveaway, Samantha B, Kiva K, and Renee P. You all are getting a Sparklicity Pure, so congratulations. And just as another reminder, every product that we discussed in the Hangout today, you all can find on blush.com, and with anything that you buy from blush.com, you get free shipping all the time. So start shopping. All right, ladies, have a wonderful day. Thank you again.
Thanks, guys. It was fun hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.